Are you looking for an entry-level workout to help you lose weight and get in shape? Well, so was I 3 years ago when I embarked on my journey to drop 66 pounds. And I did it in 108 days, and it all started with the workout I'm going to show you today, and you can get started with it right now and make it part of your routine on your journey to lose weight. Hey guys, Chris Love, the Normal Fat Guy here, and 3 years ago I was dead set on losing weight and getting back to how much I weighed even before I got to college. And my goal was to drop 66 pounds in 6 months, but you know what? I did it in 108 days. And a big part of it was adding a very structured and engaging exercise routine to my daily schedule. Now, it all started early in January, and I was at the dojo, and our sensei had us finish the first class of the new year with something called the 500 Club. Now, the 500 Club is something we have fundamental to our black belt training cycle, and it consists of 5 different exercises, 100 reps each. Now, that may sound intimidating, especially if you're just starting out with a workout, but I promise you, this is something you can do. So what are the 5 exercises? Well, it's 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and then here's the martial arts aspect of it, but don't let that worry you, 100 pump kicks on each leg. That totals up to 500 repetitions. And I've got to be honest with you, the first time I did it, that night in January of 2015, it kicked my butt. It took me over 15 minutes to complete, and I thought I was going to die. And I had been working out in the dojo for about 15 months up to that point, and I still wasn't quite where I wanted to be. But you have to realize I was 260 some pounds at that point, and I wanted to get down to 200. So I went home from the dojo that night and I said, I need to start working out more than just what I have here at the dojo 3 to 4 times a week. I need to do something every day if I'm going to do this and be serious about losing weight and getting back in shape. And that's exactly what I did. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do long workouts. I wasn't sure my schedule would allow that. But I got to give you a secret. You don't have to do really long workouts to lose weight and get in shape. You can do short interval workouts. In fact, these have the biggest impact on your weight loss strategy. So how did I do it? Well, I got disciplined. I got up every morning around 6 o'clock and got myself moving, got a little stretched out, made sure my old bones weren't cracking too much, and got right into it. So I started off with a little bit of a warm-up, and one of the things we always do in the dojo, or at least most nights, is 50 jumping jacks to start our workout. And I highly recommend doing a workout and then doing something like 50 jumping jacks to get your heart rate going and also make sure your muscles are ready to move. Now, how did I get the 500 Club accomplished? Well, I sure as heck didn't go through 100 straight, 100 straight, and so forth. I broke it up into sets. And I don't remember the exact sets because it's been so long. But I believe it went something along the lines of this. 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, 20 squats, cycle back through 20, 20, 20, and then I did like 40 pump kicks on each leg. And then I did 15s and cycled back through and probably did 10s until I got down to the last 4 or 5, and finally I was just getting through it as best I could, but I threw in those pump kicks every now and then. You'll find that the pump kicks actually are not that taxing, but I do highly recommend hanging onto something like a chair or something that can balance you, especially if you're first starting out. I still do that, and now I've got a black belt in karate, but it's good because it helps you focus on the actual pump kick action. And you may be thinking, oh, I'm not in martial arts, why should I do pump kicks? Well, I think this is a good fundamental exercise to engage your legs. It's going to build your glutes, and it's also going to build some fast twitch muscles in your quads for sure as you snap things back. But on top of that, it's going to also help you build balance. And I think balance is one of the most underrated aspects of getting strong and fit because it allows you to have a stable foundation to engage with all the rest of the exercises you'll want to do as you get more in shape and more fit. Now, I did this workout every morning before 7 o'clock for sure, because that's when the kids got up to go to school and there was like all the normal family chaos going on. So I made sure I got this thing done before they got up to interrupt me. And on top of that, after a couple of weeks, it got boring. I went from about 15 minutes down to say 10 minutes or so, and I kind of got tired of doing that. I'm like, I got to do a little bit more. So I kind of added onto it, but I'm not going to do that here in this video. I just want you to focus on starting out right. And in additional videos, I'll give you additional exercises. Maybe you can add in and adjust this workout and hopefully get a workout up to a good 20 to 30 minutes that you can do, most days of the week. So with that, let's go over each one of the exercises. That way you'll know exactly what to do. Now with a push-up, it's pretty obvious. You want to get your arms basically at shoulder level and then go down and then push yourself back up. Honestly, there's about 2 variations that you really need to be concerned with at this level. First, if you don't have a lot of upper body strength, you need to build that strength up. So to take some of the weight off, do the push-up on your knees and not your toes. But do not let this be a long-term crutch. I see a lot of people who have been doing push-ups for a lot of years now, and they're still doing the push-ups on their knees. As you keep going through this, try to start doing push-ups on your toes until you can't, and then fall back to your knees. But maybe that's going to take you a week or 2 to try out. Even if you only get 2 or 3 or 4, start there and build on your success. Next, the sit-up. This is going to help you build the core, and honestly, the core is a foundational piece of your overall strength and fitness, and it's the one that you're going to use in just about every exercise you do. Even the push-up involves engaging the core. So just do a normal sit-up, bend your knees. I usually cross my hands over my chest or some variation of that. Don't put it behind your head because that'll crook your neck and that's not good for you. That's how we were taught as kids, but since then we've gotten smarter about that. So just lean back and then pull yourself up with your abs. It's pretty simple. Now, I don't have a lot of variations on this one. Just get it done, basically, is what my suggestion is. But over time, I'll add more and more core and ab work exercises for you to change and add variation to this. Next, it's the squat. Now, this is very simple, and there's not a lot of variation to this one either. Get your feet a little wider than shoulder width, not too wide. And then go down, putting your weight on your heels. Try, when you get down to as far down as you can go, try to wiggle your toes to make sure you've got the best form you possibly can. Ideally, you'll be able to get down to a 90-degree angle, basically where your thighs are parallel to the ground. And then push yourself back up, basically, back to a standing position. Don't lock your knees out. Come just shy of locking your knees out, and then go back down. Now, there's a lot of variations to doing squats as well, but let's just focus on the fundamental aspect of this today. Now, a pump kick, again, something that kind of is martial artsy, but it's something that anybody can do in the comfort of their own living room. Again, I highly recommend finding something like a chair or something to lean on that you can prop yourself up against. You don't need to be leaning all the way over. Just try to lean as far over as possible. I recommend probably not any more than 90 degrees, basically so that your upper body is at least 90 degrees or above, but don't make it straight up and down like this. Try to lean over and raise your leg up as high as you can. Ideally, your thigh will be perpendicular, parallel to the ground below you, and chamber your feet back behind your thigh, behind your hamstring basically, and then just kick it forward. And you'll find that you'll be able to do this rather quickly. It's not the worst taxing exercise. In fact, this is probably one of the easier aspects of this workout. And that's why I tend to cycle through a couple of times as I do the other sets, and then come to do the pump kicks in one big larger set. Now, ideally, when you get to the point where you can do this in under 10 minutes, you're doing really well. But I don't expect you to do that if you're just starting out. Aim for somewhere in the 15 to 20 minute range. And if you go over that, don't be ashamed. Everybody starts somewhere, and the good news is you started. And today, it may take you 20 minutes. Tomorrow, it may take you 19. assuming you're not too sore. But if you start today, maybe alternate and do it every other day. Do like a recovery kind of workout on those alternating days. That way it gives your muscles a little bit of chance to recover, especially if you're first starting out. But I do recommend, if you got nothing else to go with, do these because this will give you the foundational strength to do other workouts that will help you lose weight and get in shape. Now, again, I started with this and I focused on this solely every morning for probably 2 to 3 weeks as I started my weight loss journey. And the great news about this workout is you can do it just about anywhere. If you're on the road, in a hotel, it works great in your hotel room, works great in living rooms, or any other place you have small confined limitations to be able to work out. There's no equipment needed, and honestly, the only thing that I would advise you to get is probably some sort of workout mat. Personally, I have one that I use in the living room, and I can just roll it up, put it behind the couch, or hide it out of the way so it's not in the way when I'm not working out. If you've got any questions or comments about this workout, please leave those in the section below. If you think this is useful or something that helps get you started on your weight loss journey, I'd love to hear about it. And give me a thumbs up if you think this is also useful. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss out on any other great workout advice as well as general health and fitness stuff to help you lose weight and get in shape. Now, I'm Chris Love, the Normal Fat Guy, and I want to encourage you to take advantage and take control of your life and make sure that you're living it to the fullest.